Hello everybody, welcome back to the world famous Whiskey Chase channel. My name is Chase. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about the 2021 release of the Harley-Davidson lineup that has just come out on Tuesday the 19th. If you weren't aware, they had a full virtual event where they went through and released the entire lineup for the entire year. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Chase. This is the Whiskey Chase channel. We talk about bikes. If you don't mind, head right down on there, turn that red button gray, hit that subscribe button. If you are returning, thank you very much. Please don't forget to leave a like and leave a comment. All right, so what I want to do is I want to talk about the 2021 release, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, what I think about the entire situation. I do have the screen recorder set up on the desktop, so we'll jump down, quickly go through, look at the different bikes that are going to be available for the 2021 models, talk about a couple of different colors, paint schemes, decisions that Harley-Davidson made, and we can jump back up and I'll kind of give my opinions on what I think the future of Harley-Davidson is all about. All right, so here we are on the Harley-Davidson screen. As you can see, this is the 2021 Time to Ride, see what's new. So if we go there, it's gonna bring us right into the motorcycles. This is gonna be the Harley-Davidson 21 virtual launch event that they had. They sent you a link to a video where they had explained all of the models and the colors and everything like that. It's kind of neat. They had two of the great grandkids of Mr. Davidson himself on there, explaining a couple of the different things. So as we scroll down here, you can see that the Sportsters are right up at the top. You got the Iron 883, you got the Iron 1200, and you got the 48, which is still pretty standard. Nobody thought that they were going anywhere. Those bikes have been around forever. And I don't think that the Sportster is going anywhere. It is one of the best-selling motorcycles in the entire world, and it's a great bike. I have one myself, and I love it. I will probably never get rid of it, even if I get another daily cruiser. I still will have that Sportster for as long as it possibly runs. Coming on down, you can see we have the live wire available this year. That is a hefty price tag, but heck, it doesn't use gas, right? So it's got vivid black, orange fuse, yellow fuse, a couple of different colors available for it. If you go on to a lot of the motovlogger channels, Blockhead right now is talking about the live wire, why he absolutely freaking loves it. I can see why. It is a clutchless bike. It doesn't have a transmission. You just basically get on it, twist the throttle, and it goes, and it's very quiet. It is a cool bike, but like I said, that $30,000 price tag, that's a lot. So getting down into the cruisers, we have the return of the Softail Standard, which is great. I thought that was going to get axed this year along with the Street Bob, and I'm really glad that it didn't. The Street Bob did get bumped up to a 114, which is awesome. Got a little bit more power to it. The one thing I don't like is if you look on all of these different colors, the decal is on the side of all of them. Like that vivid black, that orange decal is on the side. And I think that's just dumb. The green looks really good, especially with the black decal. The orange looks really good, I think. The root beer color is gone. It's still a great looking bike, don't get me wrong. Like, I love it. And also it comes now with this seat pad, but it's just, why did they have to do that decal? I'm not really a big fan of that. I like it more like this Softail Standard where it's just real easy. Guess you could just switch those tanks out since they are literally the same exact bike, just this one is basically blacked out. You can see it's about, $1,500, $1,400 more just to get all those blacked out options, and then you got to deal with that. So, of course, we have the Softail Slim over here. I think it's coming in at a couple different colors this year. Not quite sure. Lowrider S, Sport Glide, Fat Bob. They had a really big moment on the Fat Bob for the event. They were explaining a lot on it. That Deadwood green denim looks really cool in my opinion. And then the Fat Boy 114. Yeah, so those are the big cruisers that they got going on. And then of course you come down here to the touring, the Electra Glide Standard, which is that entry-level touring bike that's still, $19,000. That's a crazy amount. But, it's worth it to some people. This thing will get you all the way across the country and more. You got the return of the Heritage Classic with a ton of different colors on it. I'm not a real big fan of the Heritage. I think that this old school, like 80s looking touring bike is kind of dumb looking, but that's just me, as well as the Road King, which I'm not really a huge fan of, but you know, like, there are people who like it, and I understand why they brought those back. You got the Road Glide, you got the Street Glide, the Road King over here, no fairing on it, which I think is awesome looking, but still got those big old bags on the side. This is something along the lines of what I would ride, as opposed to, you know, the Street Glide or the Road Glide with those big fairings. I don't really care about having the speakers and the navigation and everything in my bike. Like, you know, it's great and everything, but just not my kind of style. So, and then you got the Road Glide Special with literally, look at all those colors on it, man. Like, it's crazy. Street Glide Special, you know, same old thing. It's got a ton of different colors available for it. The Road Glide Limited with the back on there, a little bit extra stuff on there, right? And then the CVOs, there was a huge focus in the event on these CVOs. These things are coming in a bunch of different colors. That bronze armor looks really good. The sunset orange. One of these over here, here we go. The Ultra Limited comes with this snake venom. If we look at this real quick, you can see the snake venom is going to be like that chromatic. See, it got like the green and purple, which is very late 80s, early 90s. That seemed to be a lot of things that people were doing with their cars. I remember whenever the Fast and Furious movies came out, a lot of people started doing those custom paint colors with the different flakes. I actually had a Mazda Miata for a long time that I built up into a road car. It was a road racing car. I took it out on Texas World Speedway. My buddy bought it, and then he ended up taking it and turning it into an autocross car. It was a great car, and we got it repainted, and it was a Porsche black color, the same factory color as Porsche black, but we put this mica flake in it. So it was, you look at it from a regular angle and it was black, but then like you go around, as you're walking around, it has this like silver sheen that would go over it, and it had these big flakes in there, and it was a really cool color. But that was just something that was popular around that time. You had a lot of custom like JDM cars and even domestic cars like Corvettes and, you know, just stuff like that had those big flakes, had the different color changing aspects, and it's a really cool idea, I think. And then you come down and you got the Trikes, and you know, I'm actually kind of surprised about the Trikes because I thought that the Trikes were going to get axed as well, but I guess that they sell enough of them that Harley decided to keep them in. You're looking at a starting price of $28,000, and it doesn't have anything on it, doesn't have any bells and whistles at all. You got to go up to like $35,000 just to start to get some of that stuff, like the bags and everything on there. And then that freaking $50,000 CVO Trike Glide, like, that's crazy. But you know what? If you have the money and you want to be a motorcycle touring rider and you can't go on 2 wheels, you gotta have 3 wheels because of, you know, a bad hip or knee or, you know, whatever sort of situation that merits having 3 wheels versus 2 wheels, I'm all for it. I think that if you want to ride, you should be able to ride no matter what. All right, well, you know, that's about it. That was the 2021 Harley-Davidson lineup. One of the things that I've been seeing about this lineup is a lot of people are very disappointed. They think it's the same old thing. Like, they, you know, are looking at the different types of bikes, wondering, you know, the Street Fighter style bike is. They're looking at, you know, the Pan Am that's coming out in February. Is that going to be any good? That's like going to be their adventure bike that they released. But basically what it is it's Harley-Davidson being Harley-Davidson. And you know what? Harley-Davidson has been selling these styles of bikes for a very long time, over 100 years. And there's a reason for that. It's because Harley makes the quintessential motorcycle for us. You think about if you are going to be in Europe, the reason why these like cafe racers are so popular is because you have these shorter, smaller roads. You need that big low end power so that you can get up and moving, but once you get up into those higher RPMs, those little cylinders are just pumping away, and causes a lot of heat, causes a lot of friction. So if you're looking at, you know, 70, 80, 90 miles an hour for an 8-hour ride, those bikes are not going to hold up as well as something like these big touring bikes that have 2,500 cc's that have a little bit more high-end power, something with like a bigger engine that can dissipate heat easier. It's just the way that Harley-Davidson makes motorcycles. The return of the Sportster kind of shows that they're still in it, because the Sportster is not really that big, long distance bike. It is definitely a quicker, more maneuverable bike. That's why it's done so well in all of the races over the past couple of decades and everything like that, because it's a great bike for that. But that's not what people want Harley-Davidsons for. Back when I was in Texas, if you had a motorcycle, it was most likely a Harley, because you're looking at, you have to drive 30 miles just to get to work in some places, like 30, 40 miles or something like that. It would take you, half an hour, 45 minutes. Like here in, the city, in New York City, you don't have to do that as much. Like I can drive 7 miles and I can get to wherever it is I need to go and never leave this like 20-mile bubble, this radius, if I don't want to. Obviously I do want to, because I want to get out and explore the rest of the world. But a lot of people don't have to worry about getting out of this little tiny thing. And so you can deal with these smaller bikes, these cafe racer style bikes, the sport bikes, something that's going to be just a little bit more quick on the draw, something that's going to pop off the line a little bit easier, and it's going to get around and move between cars and everything like that. But that's not what most of America is. Most of America is these big, huge, long roads. People want to tour. People want to go out and explore out, Sturgis and out towards Florida, across Georgia, across, up Route 66 all the way up through Chicago. You just have these types of bikes that are built for stuff like that. Yeah, other companies make that, I understand, but Harley-Davidson is really good at building these bikes. And I think that since the pandemic has happened, since 2020, they don't really want to put a lot of effort into making all of these crazy bikes. The Livewire is a big jump, because that's obviously a city thing. It's got a 100-mile range. It runs off of electricity. You have to charge it. You don't just get to stop at a gas station, spend 5 minutes filling that thing up, start it up, and then take off again. So I think that what Harley-Davidson has done for 2021 is great. They've introduced a lot of new colors. They've really streamlined the setup of all of their lineup really, really well. They're kind of cutting the fat, getting rid of that stuff that people don't really want, people don't really care about. The fact that they're consolidating, like they're adding the 114 into a whole lot of those cruiser bikes, shows me that they're kind of like slowly phasing out these other kind of whatever engines that, maybe you can get this model with this or this engine. Just get rid of all that. Start off with, like what they're doing with the Softail Standard and the Street Bob. Start off with, this is the basic setup. This is everything you need to ride off the lot, and then build it up from there. This is what it comes with. It comes with this engine, it comes with this seat, it comes with these handlebars, it comes with whatever, this setup. And if you want to change it, you are more than welcome to go in there and change it. You can get the stage 2, stage 3, everything like that. You can change out any color fender or tank, you can change out handlebars, you can change out all that stuff. It kind of shows, especially with that, with the CVOs, like what they're doing, just consolidating everything down together. And then possibly after this whole thing is over, after the pandemic is over, in 2023, maybe 2024, the lineups will be a little bit more cool. They'll have something like a scrambler style. They'll have something like, a Street Fighter style bike, just something like that. People don't really respond all that well to that change. If you look at like the Street Rod or the V-Rod, people didn't really like that bike too much. It's definitely cut from the line because it's a cool bike. It makes a lot of power. It is liquid cooled. It's a cool bike. I think they're really, really cool looking, but it's not what Harley-Davidson makes. So people didn't buy it. So they cut it. Now, those were just, some of my thoughts and my opinions on what the 2020 lineup was like. I was watching the virtual events, and this is kind of like what was going through my head. And after seeing a couple of videos of some other moto vloggers talking about the 2021 lineup and how they're disappointed that it's the same old thing, that Harley is not doing anything innovative or new or anything like that, I just wanted to talk about the other end of the spectrum, which is what I think that they're trying to do, which is be a all-time best consumer for Harley-Davidson American motorcycles. Like, they do one thing great, which is make Harley-Davidsons. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that they should just keep on trucking, keep on doing what they're doing. So great job, Harley. All right, everybody, thank you so much. If you made it this far, please leave me a comment down below on what you think about the Harley-Davidson lineup, the 2021s. What you think they should do in the future. How do you think that the Pan Am reveal is gonna go? Is Jason Momoa prettier than me? My hair looks better than his, I think. Yeah, thank you so much. Please go down into the links below. You can support the channel. You can check out some of my affiliate links. You can buy some stickers. $4, get you some cool stickers. All that stuff comes to help the channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you. See you later.